Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to another video here at EV Logic. Today's video is going to be a little bit different to what we've been doing so far. So obviously we've covered stuff around different types of electric cars to buy, how to buy them, everything like that. But what we haven't actually covered is basically the essence to actually how do you go ahead and charge these electric cars and the different chargers that are available in the market. So today's video will be covering just a few of some of the best examples that there are out there. So the trouble is that there's so many different firms that are offering the service at the moment. It can be quite difficult to navigate. So what Auto Express did back in the end of 2021 is they done a driver power survey where they asked a series of EV and plug-in hybrid owners their experiences with different sort of chargers available at home, and they basically gave a score based on a number of different categories and criteria. So those categories are, which we'll be going through during this video for each individual charger, are installation process, how stylish it is, charging speed, ease of use, how well made it is, so its quality, reliability, customer service, and lastly, because all of these chargers are controlled by an app, the smartphone app. So depending on what your sort of main need for a charger is beyond actually charging the car, whether you want something that's super reliable, whether you want something, great customer service and support, or a great app, there is all of these different options available to you, which we're going to go through today. Let's go. So it should be emphasized that the top five that I'm going to look at right now, they're basically relatively close, and you can't really go wrong with any of the options that are listed here. Some of these products or companies earned higher overall scores than others, but this isn't rather, it's not there isn't really a winner or loser here. It's basically they're all good. There's just some have different sort of strong points associated to them. So with that said, the first option we're going to be looking at is the Zapy Wallbox charger. So this is ranked first here based on the Power Driver survey, and it's a home charger offered by a British firm. This Wallbox scores higher basically than any other, basically for its installation process, charging speed, build quality, and reliability. So that's four key areas that we're looking at here. And a lot of the users also say that Zapy units are stylish, and the firm itself tends to offer good customer service. And the starting price for this charger, depending on obviously what you get installed, starts from £779, and delivery status at the moment is around about 6 weeks or so. So it's if you order it today, typically that's going to come before your electric car anyway. If you were to order, because of the lead times that we have at the moment. Number two is a brand called Omi, or Ohm, but it's actually called Omi. So they came a close second in this particular survey, and there is no other supplier here that ranked higher for the customer service and the quality of the app. So if tech is important to you and support, then I would obviously consider this. It drops points slightly for stylishness of its wall boxes, so this is an area to improve upon. But if that's not something that you're too concerned about, like if it's tucked away in a garage or something, then by all means do consider this. The Omi chargers, fully installed, starts from around about £849, including the installation. So it's a little bit more expensive than the first option, but it's still something to consider and look at. Number three is PodPoint with an overall score of 83.29%. So a lot of you may be familiar with PodPoint because they're very well known for their public chargers, and is partnered, with companies such as Tesco and Volkswagen. But they're also very well rated for their wall boxes. So what they score highly in here that you can see is their ease of use. However, their app itself maybe can be a little bit better. So if the app is slightly tricky, it can be slightly tricky to use. However, they are quite small and stylish, and the installation is included in the price, which starts from £799. Coming in at number four, not too far behind PodPoint, with a rating of 83.27%, so literally 0.02% lower, is a company called EO. So that again also loses some marks slightly for the smartphone app that you can see here. That accompanies its charges. They are, however, they score relatively well across the rest of the board, particularly reliability, and they're easy to use, and they are, but I guess it's subjective, but they are relatively stylish when you look at it as well. And then again, the installation and the total cost here, they start from £795 for the EO charger. So it's quite small and stylish. Good thing to consider. And the fifth option we're going to look at here is Wallbox. So the highest category score for Wallbox comes in the ease of use category. So if you're a technophobe and you can get things confused when it comes to charging, this is something good to consider, and also scores quite well with reliability. So, and as with a number of the runners up in this competition, the app offered by Wallbox is slightly weaker for the brand itself, and but it does seem to be a little bit cheaper than the others here, with a starting price of £695, but they do have some different options available. And of course, depending on the charging speed and the cables offered, the prices that have been displayed so far can vary, but we're just talking about the starting price, including the standard installation. And the final option that I just want to add in here as a bonus, because a lot of you will be familiar with this, is the Tesla charger. So even though this comes in at 6 in their ranking, it still scores well at 81.46%. And it actually won the ChargePoint survey 2 years on the trot. So 6 is a bit of a drop, but that's because so many new players are coming to the market. It doesn't actually get a low score in a single category, but it's basically just, you get a solid, consistent performance across the range. So if you were to do a football comparison, if any of you watch football, this will be the James Milner of all chargers, if you like. However, I would caveat that it's only really recommended to use with a Tesla product at the moment. You can get an adapter with it, but it's probably mostly suited for Tesla. However, the main advantage here is that its price point starts from £449 for the Gen 3 wall connector. It's small, it is quite stylish, and it can complement your Tesla quite well. So that's an added bonus to consider. So that's the 6 wall chargers that we've covered in this video. The prices and the links to each one of them will be included in the description, so do check them out. And again, this is not something that I'm being paid for or actively promoting. It's just some of the best chargers that I found online, and also based on the power survey that Auto Express did. Of course, this is suited to if you have a home with a driveway or a garage where you can get this installed. If you live in a flat, you can still also get this installed, but it might be a little bit more difficult. But that's when you obviously be considering public charge points as opposed to these individual home chargers. It's always going to make more sense to use these than just to plug in a standard 3-pin plug, because that's going to take you forever to fully charge your car. This will be much more efficient, much more cost efficient as well, and quicker to actually get your car charged up. And it's easy. Compare that to a petrol or a diesel vehicle. You get home, plug it in overnight. Normally the rates for electricity, even though they are going up right now, they tend to be lower, especially Octopus Energy, for example. They offer efficient tariffs overnight, where the price per kilowatt hour is considerably less. So you come home, charge it overnight, get up in the morning, unplug it, and off you go. You don't need to worry about your range, or unless you have a car with really low range, or filling up at a petrol station. So there is many options to consider. As always, thanks for watching, guys, and I really do hate to ask this, but please, if you haven't already, do subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and or leave your comments down below. I would really appreciate it. It would help grow the channel. I am aiming to do weekly videos. Hopefully once the channel grows, the content and the quality of the content will improve. And hopefully, now that the weather is improving, and hopefully over time I will get some improved equipment, we will see some actual in-person car reviews. I may start with some car reviews just here from where I am in this particular room. I've got a few lined up actually, but then eventually I want to move on to actual in-person car reviews. But that's going to require, a GoPro, a different sort of mic, and some additional equipment that's going to be needed. But I'm really excited to do that. But I need the channel to grow, so please do like, subscribe, and comment down below. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and see you all next week.